go to the movie theater to see a double header of Lady Bird and
3 Billboards in Ebbing, Missouri.
Yeah.
Really excited. Martin McDonagh's latest, and then Lady Bird, everyone's talking about it, so.
The highest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes to date, so I'm really excited.
There's always got to be some critic that's going to be like, no, I don't like it. But
That's
either
true.
way, we'll find out why everybody's talking about it. A24.
Yeah.
So, got to be good.
Oh, since our theater is under renovations, they're not getting a whole lot of movies right now, and so we had to do a change of scenery and go to a different local theater that it is showing those 2 movies.
But it's not bad change of scenery or a valley. We got a nice little mountain view.
Yeah.
And usually they do end up getting more of like the independent, lesser known films.
I think just go to City College and then to jail and then back to City College and then maybe you'd learn to pull yourself up and not expect everybody to do everything.
Does Mom hate me?
If you're tired, we can sit down.
I'm not tired.
You were dragging your feet.
You are so infuriating.
Please stop yelling.
I'm not yelling. Oh, it's perfect.
Do you love it?
You both have such strong personalities.
What I'd really like is to be on Math Olympiad.
But math isn't something you're terribly strong in.
That we know of yet.
Hell of a day today. We did a double feature and it was such a fun day.
And you know what? There were 2 movies that came out that we just had to see. We've been dying to see. And one of them is critically acclaimed at the moment.
Yeah, A24's Lady Bird.
Lady Bird, Saoirse Ronan. She has done an amazing job as a child actor, but now she's coming of age.
Yes, and I see what you did there. I love a good coming of age story, and this was such a good coming of age story. And it being Greta Gerwig's, I think that's how you say her last name, I'm really sorry, but debut, and I think that she did a very, very good job with this movie. I felt that the tones and the balance between all of the characters were very well done. And I just loved the interaction between everybody, and the actors' chemistry between each other is very important, and it worked very well in this movie with Saoirse Ronan
and Laurie Metcalf.
And Laurie Metcalf, yes.
Yep. And that's the thing too, is that this film, beginning to end, every character has a purpose, it feels like, and not just a purpose in terms of in their life. No, they have a purpose in this story. You feel for them, you wonder about them, you learn their personalities, you may not get the details of what's going on in their life, but you get the sense of who these people are living in Sacramento.
In 2002.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is it's a period piece somewhat. Yeah. I was like, how long ago? I was like, that's like 15 years ago. That's a whole nother life. But yes, 2002, it almost feels like an 80s movie, but yet it's not.
That's true, and it really intrigued me to the fact that, and it was very interesting that they chose, like, that time period, like 2002. Like, normally people will try, like, 80s, like decades in the 80s, or they'll do 90s, but you never really see anybody do like the beginning of 2000s, or usually it's now, but she really decided to do the beginning of 2000s, and again, that time period too was very coming of age for a lot of people, so that really stuck with this movie as well.
And that's the thing, is Saoirse Ronan's character, Lady Bird, she is very much trying for more. She wants more. She feels like there is more to life than just what she's living. And it's funny because as you go into this world in this movie, there are so many other people as well that are living their happy little lives, but yet there is this desire for more. And as she progresses through this film, the best part is that just because something's different doesn't mean it's more. It's just something different. And she ends up learning as she's going all these different things in life, that some are good, some are bad, but it's trials and tribulations of pushing forward and experiencing these moments in life, this coming of age, that kind of mold you and form you as your own person, whether it's, you know, how you interact with your family or your friends or your school or your church. It is all, you know, through the eyes of this girl that aspires for something greater than what she is given in life, the name she's given, the family she's given. And you know what? Sometimes just taking that life and learning as you go makes you into who you are in 2015, 16, 2017. So seeing that kind of play out, just it felt great beginning to end.
And a lot of times during this movie, there was never once where I was like, oh, well, this scene is very out of place, or this scene shouldn't be in this part of the movie. I thought that all the editing of all the scenes put together was like very an evolution really for this character and for all the characters that are in it. And I really enjoyed that very much.
So, giving it a rating, yeah, we are going to jump in with those critics, I assume.
Yeah.
5 out of 5 for me.
5 out of 5 for me. I really, really enjoyed it to the point where I am actually looking forward to wanting to go see it again.
And that's the thing too, is A24 has just been killing it with their line of movies. And granted, some of them may not be as critically acclaimed as Lady Bird, but they have been a really good time for us. And this one was no different. Especially all the just character driven is what really made this a fantastic film. And just dialogue as well. I mean, you can place yourself in these girls' shoes and experience what she's experiencing. I mean, some more than others, especially like myself, comes from a lot of the background that she came from. But all in all, I mean, I think everybody can relate to her as she's growing up. But all in all, I think you guys should check it out if you're into that sort of film. It's not a big budget blockbuster. It is something much smaller, something more intimate. And I'm very happy that it came out and we got to experience it.
With leaving in a high note, we went into another movie who was written and directed by this gentleman who did this movie as well, Martin McDonagh. And 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
So, Mildred Hayes, why did you put up these billboards?
My daughter Angela was murdered 7 months ago. It seems to me the police department is too busy torturing black folks to solve actual crime.
The hell is this?
There's a lot of good friends of Willoughby in this town, Miss Hayes. Ow! Ah! You didn't happen to drill a little hole in the dentist today, did you?
Of course not.
Huh?
I said, of course not.
And when I see
I liked it. I didn't like it as much as I enjoyed all of his other work that he's done with 7 Psychopaths and In Bruges. This was a very depressing movie, but it did tell a story surrounding itself about one action that a lady did in a small town, and it gave me that feel of Broadchurch a lot too, especially with it being a small town and then this tragedy happened, and that part of it I really enjoyed. But there is some stuff that I was like, okay, well, there was like some characters that I was like, oh, like there was nothing that I didn't feel for because it just kind of was there. But one of the characters that I absolutely love was Sam Rockwell's character.
Dixon?
Dixon Jason. He definitely stole a lot of the scenes that he was in. And then the evolution of his character definitely was my favorite from where he started to where he sort of ended up.
And that's the thing, is it's very much a reaction to what happened, that tragedy. Like you said, it's what Frances McDormand, her action, and the reaction that the entire town gets. But her reaction was from an action of her daughter being murdered brutally. Very, very sad story, especially when you get diving more into the details of what this family was going through at that moment. So that, Frances McDormand, Sam Rockwell, Woody Harrelson, Peter Dinklage as well has some pretty awesome moments. But at the same time, yes, there were some characters that were there, but you didn't really get this fulfilling story arc with any of them. They were just kind of around, but it really did kind of center around Sam Rockwell and Frances McDormand as well. Funny thing is the Frances McDormand's son actually played Danny in Lady Bird as well.
So he was in both of the movies, which is like, oh, that's the way we can connect them.
Yeah, and he was fantastic. But yes, in terms of In Bruges and 7 Psychopaths, those movies are a lot of fun. There are very dark elements as well and depressing moments in it, but that's what makes it so real. It's like a film noir. It's a dark comedy. This one, there were funny moments in it, but it wasn't so much fun. It was just depressing, and you know what? It does end with a lot of the people in the crowd going, "What?" So I was okay with it, but it is unfulfilling at moments.
And which I get. I know that he kind of like, that's kind of that's what real life is. There is a lot of stuff that is very unfulfilling in life. And I think that's what he wanted to come across, as like this tragedy that happened and just the reaction of that tragedy, not necessarily trying to go towards a resolution of the action, just kind of the reaction of what happened when those billboards went up.
Yep, and that's the thing, is it's action, reaction, action, reaction throughout the entire movie. And even at the end of the movie, I turned to Vanessa and I said, that ended like real life.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with that. But at the same time, in terms of what Martin McDonagh has been able to give us in the past, it's not up there at the top of the list. But you know what? It is something that I enjoyed. And again, Sam Rockwell, Frances McDermott, and Woody Harrelson even. Yeah. And Abby Cornish.
Abby Cornish.
Is it Abby Cornish?
Yeah.
Yeah. He likes to carry a lot of the same actors that he works with throughout the movie, so you do see some familiar faces from his past movies in this one. Mm-hmm. So with that, though, I would say I would give it a 3.5 out of 5.
I was thinking 3.5 out of 5 for me as well.
It was enjoyable. I really don't need to see it again, compared to like Lady Bird, which I really would love to see again, or In Version 7 Psychopaths, which we've seen multiple times.
We own, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So either way, though, a fantastic double feature. Fox Searchlight. I always love Fox Searchlight movies. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. Little Miss Sunshine.
Yes.
Some great ones.
They do some good ones.
They do. And A24 is kind of they're just
right there
dominating.
too. Yeah,
they're dominating. So if you guys get a chance to check out any of these movies, definitely do so.
I would say check out at least 3 Billboards once.
Yeah, the brutality of Frances McDermott, she's just
she's just a powerhouse. She is, and you can tell some of the dialogue, man. The dialogue for her character was so good.
Yeah, and you get that in the trailers as well. But all in all, I would say if you are into a more intimate type of viewing experience, Lady Bird would be the one to walk away with. So either way, thank you guys for joining us for our review for Lady Bird and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. You guys, you can like, you can subscribe.
And you can do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust. Now, Stardust, we do the impressions right out of the gate for the movies that we see, so go check those out on that app.
Yep, and if we ever do spoiler reviews of anything, that's where you can go to get non-spoilers. We know this one was a non-spoiler as well, because we want to give you guys a chance to go check them out too. Right. So either way, thank you guys. Kick into the Patreon, fuel the party, keep the party going, gets us where we need to go. We always appreciate it. So other than that,
now it's time. Nope.
This party is over.